Hi, welcome back to another episode of Algebra in Words, the video series. In this video, we're going to go over another radical equation with two radicals in the equation with the radicals on the same side. So let's get started. I have a problem on the board. Notice that there's two radicals on one side, and let's start by putting both sides in parentheses. And now that we put both in parentheses, we're going to square both sides. And on the left side, we should be treating this like a binomial squared, which is what it is. So let's get started by doing the binomial squared. We'll start by squaring the first term, which is going to leave us with x plus 4. Let's leave some room for the radical it's going to generate. And let's do the last term squared, which is going to be x minus 3. And now we'll do the middle term. And the middle term is using a product of radicals, meaning the product rule for radicals, meaning if you multiply two radicals together with the same root, you can multiply the radicands together under the same radical. And in this case, the radicands are both binomials. So we're going to be foiling the radicands together under the one radical. Now, because we're doing the product rule for a binomial squared, remember that the middle term product is the first term times the last term doubled. The first term times the last term doubled. So to do that, let's just write the times 2 and the radical, and then we'll do the intermediate step below to fill in what goes under the radical. So remember, we're doing the square root of x plus 4 times the square root of x minus 3, and that happens to be negative, and so let's multiply them under the same radical. The negative is going to make this negative. So now let's multiply these under the same radical like this. And now we'll just FOIL it. Product of the first is x squared. Product of the outer is negative 3x. Product of the inner is 4x. And product of the last is negative 12. So when we combine like terms, and the middle terms negative 3x plus 4x make positive 1x, we'll write that in here. X squared plus x minus 12. And this will be plus. And let's square the negative 1, which is now positive 1. And I'm going to erase this so that we have more room to work on the problem. Now on the left, let's combine like terms. We have an x here and an x here. That makes 2x. And we have 4 and negative 3, which combines to make 1. And now let's isolate our new radical by subtracting 2x and 1 from both sides. So on the left they're eliminated, leaving just negative 2 times the square root of x squared plus x minus 12. And on the right, 1 minus 1 is 0, and we're left with negative 2x. Now let's divide both sides by this coefficient, -2, to get rid of that coefficient. So these are now eliminated. And also the -2 over the -2 is also now eliminated. So now let's square both sides to get rid of this radical. And on the left, the radical is gone, and it's going to leave us with x squared plus x minus 12 equals x squared on the right. Now again, we're going to combine like terms on the same side. So let's subtract -x squared as if we're moving this term to the left. And what you notice is that eliminates the x squared terms. So that leaves us with x minus 12 equals 0. And when we add 12 to both sides, we get x equals 12. We would want to check our answer by taking the 12 and substituting it back in for x in the original equation to check and simplify both sides. And if the left side equals the right side, that tells us that the solution is valid, which it is. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.